Losing a pet is like losing a piece of your heart. If you're struggling with grief, you're not alone. At mydogdied.com, we understand the pain and are here to support you. Visit us today and find comfort, guidance, and a community that cares. We received a letter from someone who's lost their pet and have allowed us to share their story so that it will help other listeners deal with the loss of their pet. Remember, if you like this video, please support us with a like, subscribe, and share. When I opened this letter from Alexander, a young man from Big Sur, California, I felt the weight of something sacred, grief wrapped in the memory of a loyal companion. His dog, Lacey, a 10-year-old Collie, recently passed away from organ failure. And as I read his words, I could almost hear the wind rustling through the hills of Big Sur, carrying whispers of a bond that time can't erase. Here's Alexander's letter. Dear Don, I'm writing this with trembling hands and a broken heart. My Lacey is gone. 10 years of companionship, loyalty, and unconditional love, gone in the space of a few days. She died from organ failure. The vet told me her body was just giving out, but her eyes still held on. She looked at me like she wanted to stay, even though her body couldn't. We lived a simple life out here in Big Sur. I run a small sheep farm, nothing fancy, just me, the hills, and Lacey. From the time she was a pup, she had a sixth sense for the flock. She could herd sheep with such precision, it was as if she could read their minds. She was never trained formally. She just knew. She danced through the grass like it was a performance meant only for the wind and sky. She wasn't just a working dog. She was my shadow, my confidant, my reason to get up some days. I talked to her like she understood every word, and maybe she did. When I lost my father 4 years ago, I remember lying on the floor of the barn, crying into her fur. She didn't move. She just rested her chin on my chest and breathed with me. In her last days, she was slow, but she never stopped trying. She still tried to herd, even when her legs gave out. That's when I knew I had to let her go. I held her in my arms in the vet's office. She gave me one last look, those deep, intelligent eyes, and then she was gone. I didn't know what to do with the silence that followed. The house echoed. The pasture felt wrong. I searched for something, anything, and found mydogdied.com. Don, your sight, your words. They gave me a place to breathe, a place where my grief didn't feel out of place, where stories like mine weren't just pain, but proof of love. Thank you for this space. I still cry. I still expect to hear her bark when I rattle the feed can. But I also smile when I remember the way she'd tilt her head when I sang terribly off key. She was a good girl, the best. Sincerely, Alexander. Reading Alexander's letter, I find myself sitting quietly with his sorrow. Lacey wasn't just a dog. She was a part of the landscape, a thread in the tapestry of his life in Big Sur. Dogs like her don't just herd sheep. They herd our hearts into places we didn't know we needed to go. It never gets easier, this kind of loss. But what I've learned is that grief is the echo of love. It reverberates through our days, sometimes as tears, sometimes as quiet smiles. And when we share it, as Alexander has done so bravely, that echo becomes something else, connection. To you, Alexander, and to all who've loved and lost, your pain is real, but so is the beauty of what you shared. Lacey lives on in every sheep that moves gently across your hills, in every breeze that brushes the barn door, and in every breath you take with her memory close. With warmth and understanding, Don.
Your love for your pet never fades, and neither should your support. If you're grieving, don't go through it alone. Visit mydogdied.com or call us at 85-5925-2658 and connect with those who truly understand. Healing starts here. Remember, if you like this video, please support us with a like, subscribe, and share. If you have a story that you would like to tell us, your dog stories at mydogdied.com at gmail.com.